On location, Estes Park at the Stanley Hotel. In room right now, 217. The room Stephen King stayed in. Also, according to Jesse now, this is one of the most active rooms in the hotel, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're coming up next. Tell you more about it. That's on the way. Hang on.
Well, it is one of the spookiest hotels in the country and world famous for guests who don't check in but rather haunt the halls.
That's right. Craig Coffey this morning creeping with this Colorado paranormal treasure and has more. See, it's starting to transform how I'm speaking. Good morning, Craig.
Hey, thanks a lot. Yes, we're here once again on location, Estes Park at the Stanley Hotel. A lot going on. The place to be. Ground Central for Halloween, for sure. And, of course, all throughout the year. This is Jesse, by the way. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And a lot of things we know happen here at the hotel, okay? We've talked about the physics of the whole thing, what this involves. Now let's get into experiences that people have. We're here now in room 217, and tell us what's so famous about this room.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things to this room. There's a little bit of a history behind it, but of course it's famous because this is where Stephen King came and stayed in late September of 1974. He had some experiences at the hotel. He had a really bad nightmare in this room involving a fire hose actually chasing his son at the time. And he's actually quoted in saying that the morning he woke up from this room, he went outside, smoked a cigarette. By the end of that cigarette, he had the bones of the novel The Shining in his head.
Wow.
He went back and wrote that book that next week.
So his experience here, in this room, is
right
what
where
inspired The Shining.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
So that was that experience. That kind of got the whole thing going. People actually request to stay in this room. This is a very popular room, and why is that?
Well, a lot of people just know The Shining. They know that Stephen King stayed here. Yeah. They want to come here, but it kind of goes back a little further. There was actually an explosion in June 25th, 1911, 2 years after the hotel opened, that involved the head chambermaid, Miss Elizabeth Wilson, getting actually blown through the floor into the McGregor Ballroom. 10% of the front of the hotel actually came off in this explosion. It was a big deal. It kind of changed the shape of the hotel here, and they had to fix that. And then Miss Wilson, she actually came back to work after this. Mr. Stanley covered her medical expenses, and she came back to work here until she passed away in the late 40s. Now, we like to say that she took a couple days off work, and she's been back here working ever since, and she's still hard at work today.
You said that couples that aren't married that stay in this room experience a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Originally, there's a few different buildings here on the property. So right next to us would have originally been called the Manor House. Now that's where the bachelors would stay because it wasn't proper in the early 1900s for the single men to be staying where the couples or the single ladies are. So what happens in this room, guests have actually come down to the front desk and reported that they feel a presence, someone getting in between them, pushing them apart in the sheets.
Wow.
And then their luggage is actually packed or moved by the door in the morning where they didn't put it, as in kind of a sign that you're in the wrong place.
Get out.
Yeah.
You're living in sin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay, very interesting stuff. On the way next, we're going to talk with the Mile High psychic medium, Michelle Houchins. Also in this room, we'll get her take on what she's feeling, and she feels a lot.
Yes, she does.
She's been talking like crazy. Who knows what?
Someone's here now, she said.
Someone's here. Okay, things are happening. That's coming up next. You do not want to miss. That's it for now. Back to you in studio. Just push them apart. Just move them.
Right over.
Move them.
Yep.
Get out.
There's some freaky stuff there, and now I've been wanting to see this place. Now that I live here, I really want to see it with
You're even more intrigued. I know.
Exactly.
Me as well.
Morning, guys, in Estes Park here at the Stanley Hotel, and in the world-famous room 217, where, it's one of their most active rooms with stuff that goes on. Right, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle, she is the Mile High psychic medium on the way. She's going to tell us more about what's happening here and this whole vortex and cross planes and Elizabeth Wilson, and who packs bags and kicks people out.
We'll see if your bags are packed tomorrow morning.
Okay. That's coming up next. Hang on.
Well, the Stanley is a comfortable and inviting hotel near the entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Sure, it's also the basis of a horror movie and franchise as well. And it's got consistent paranormal activity as well. Craig Coffey getting his scaredy pants on. He's there with more this morning on the Colorado destination that some believe is out of this world. Good morning, Craig.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. Yes, we're here to get right to it right now. Stanley Hotel, Estes Park. This Michelle Houchins, the Mile High Psychic Medium. Okay, we learned now that this room in room 217 in the Stanley Hotel, very active.
Right.
It's said to be haunted or visited by a former maid, Elizabeth Wilson, right?
Right.
Okay, but
She's here with us now.
Okay, she doesn't consider herself though.
No.
A maid.
No.
Yeah.
She's going to wash her mouth out with soap, Craig.
Don't say that. And by the way, I'm going to stay in this room later tonight. Okay, just to see what happens. But you're freaking me out right now.
Yeah, she was part of the family.
Okay.
So she continues her existence here, which many people do in their homes, on the earth. You know, once a farmer, always a farmer. Well, this was her love, the hotel. She loved to welcome guests, have it look beautiful, have people say, she's telling me, wow.
But she's very proper though, right?
Very proper.
Well-mannered, and that's what it's all about. So if couples are staying here that aren't married, okay, she tends to frown on that.
Well, she does. She's quite proper, and she's kind of like the love ghost here, I would call her, because she'll kind of determine your relationship.
Right.
If your bags are packed at the door, you shouldn't be in here. This was the honeymoon suite.
Which she's known to do. She'll pack bags, and she pushes people apart.
Or she'll unpack you.
Or unpack you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a good
stay.
kind of a litmus test, I guess, for your romance life, right?
Exactly.
If Elizabeth doesn't pack the bags, you're good to go.
That's right.
Right, it's going to work out for you. Now, explain this side of the hotel. In this room, this is kind of the center here of this vortex. Right? And things you might hear, like they say they hear furniture that's moved around here, almost sliding across a hardwood floor.
Right.
But there's no hardwood here.
No.
And you're saying that's a completely different plane of existence.
Yeah, all over the earth. You know, there's vortexes everywhere.
Okay.
So it's not like you step in or out of a vortex. Vortex is an energy movement or an energy cycle.
Okay.
And vortexes, these circles of energy intersect at times. And as they intersect, Craig, often we'll hear what we would consider something of a different realm or aspect of a different, what we would call dimension. It's built on like a grid system.
So we're hearing that?
Yeah. So at times we can hear it if they intersect in the proper way. Absolutely.
Okay. So the dimensions are just kind of overlap each other.
Yeah.
And if we're in this one, we're hearing something right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
People.
Can that affect us at all in this dimension?
No, not really. You know, here's what it is. We'll feel it, we'll see it, we'll hear it. However, we're tuned into our senses, often our experience.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing dangerous about that. It's often just startles us.
So if I hear noises later on tonight, okay, then it might be Elizabeth, or it could be a different world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This dimensional aspect, some people will smell. All of a sudden they walk and they smell something and they don't know why they're smelling it. And there's, you know, a scent or rose or something around, and there's no roses.
Can you warn me right now about later on?
I'm asking for him to come, Craig. Make you a believer.
I don't have that problem. Yeah. Okay, that's it for now. We're going to go to the 4th floor, okay? Very haunted floor. A lot of activity, right, going on up there?
Absolutely.
Room 401.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird place.
Different energy, different vibration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, different vortex, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, that's coming up in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Back to you in studio.
That was freaky seeing
scary.
that picture.
Yeah. I say anything, this is vortex, just stay away from.
Stay away from vortexes. Just stay away from vortexes.
Well,
all right.
Craig's not going to listen, I'm telling you right now.